Welcome, welcome. Let's talk today. What is red circle? I want to tell you a little story, how it all began. And it was many moons and centuries ago when women and men lived in tribes. And women would come and bleed with each other in a special place. That was like a roofed place, not much on the ground, maybe just a straw. And so it was like a shelter. And so women would go there and bleed straight onto the ground. And if you could imagine that in those days, maybe the clothes was simple and there were no pads, no tampons. And so women would just squat and bleed onto the ground, and there'll be rivers, of blood in that shelter. And in that space, to do that, women needed to be naked, or at least in some parts. And so you would imagine them squatting and being with each other so open that you would see each other's vaginas, right? That sense of vulnerability and trust. And so whilst that was happening, they were looked after by older women who no longer bled. They would be brought food and, helped to be washed. And men of that tribe would look after their children at that time, because women just weren't able to do other jobs. They wouldn't be able to carry on with their daily routines because the menstrual flow, the menstruation would interrupt that, cycle. And so it was a place to retreat, a place to come back and remember yourself, a place to get in touch with your feelings, emotions that had collated over the month or maybe several years. And that was a place where women shared openly and trustfully with each other. Imagine to have that now. Imagine to have that space now where you can just go and retreat for a few days. Even if it was just 2 days, wouldn't it be amazing? So red tent, online red tent space, or online circle, or online gathering, whatever you want to call it, has the same essence. We as women come together. We have a sharing circle. And you can participate. You can participate with sharing your story or sharing something, or you can participate completely silently. But your presence matters. Because even if you don't share anything, but you just being in a circle, you might hear a story which very similar to yours, and you will receive the healing. Even though we don't claim that this is the circle to be healed from everything, but I have personally witnessed through all these years of facilitating red tents that every time I brought a problem into the red tent, into the women's circle, it has this power of mending it and giving you ideas, giving you wisdom to overcome that and deal with that and face it. And I don't know about you, but I always felt a presence of the red tent goddess, even though I may not never seen her. So that's the space we welcome you to join.